I'd like to welcome the media. Without the media, I'd have no reason to be here right now because this press conference is definitely for the media. I'd also like to welcome some of the business owners, downtown business owners who are here today, some of our distinguished guests who we will introduce later. One of whom, though, is John Porter, who is our Foundation Vice President, LPAC Foundation Vice President. We have Joshua Mann, who is our Treasurer, Berna Meyer, the Secretary, Dr. Arul is a Director, and Duke Bloom, who is a Director. And right now, I would like to bring up Lancaster City Mayor, R.X. Paris.
Good morning. Thank you for coming. You know, before we open the tickets to the public, the tickets are offered to the donors and to the people who have bought the seats. And you know, there's a very small group. And already, the ticket sales for this season have surpassed all ticket sales in history at this time. And think about what an amazing accomplishment that is from the LPAC staff. I mean, we're in the worst economic crisis that I can remember, and yet we're breaking all records on the LPAC sales. That's truly a remarkable job, and they really deserve a round of applause. It really makes it easy to be mayor of a city when you got a staff that is this remarkable and quite honestly this innovative, because it really takes a lot of innovation to create that type of economic activity when nobody has any money. You know, just think what we could do if we had some money. This season, the people that they're bringing in are household names that I imagine almost every performance is going to be sold out, and it's truly a work in progress in regards to developing the LPAC lineup only this year and the years to come. And with that, I want to turn it back to Mary Tanner.
A couple of weeks ago, I read an article that said people who started new things during the Depression and who took a lot of risks, calculated risks that is, and who started new businesses or new enterprises were the people who ended up being the most successful in business. So I kind of look at us as like that too, as the mayor said. So we are kind of referring to this as our no guts, no glory season. It's probably our largest and most ambitious season ever. And when I talked to Mark Bazigian, city manager, about the recession and where we were going economically, I asked him if I should make cuts, and he said absolutely not. He wanted to continue to maintain the level of services to the city that we've always maintained. So I'm grateful to Mark for that, because I think we have a fabulous season. As well as that, we have some kind of new changes, some interesting things, again, to do in the midst of a recession. Let's change around a lot of the things we're doing. One is our website, which became live last night at midnight with our new season on it. It was designed by Alexander Fowler of Geek Time Design, who's in the very back. Alex, wave so everybody can see you. And Geek Time Design is also one of our new sponsors for the season. We also have a new logo, and you can take a look at it up here, and it will be on some of the materials that will be given to you later. This was designed by the Valley Press Marketing and Special Projects Department. The design evolved through a conversation I had with Cheryl Fletcher, who is the Director of Marketing and Special Projects. She was on the phone in her office, I was on the phone in my office, and I said, Cheryl, go look at this website, go look at that website. And we got really excited. This was about 5 o'clock in the evening, and by the next morning I had a new design on my computer. It was pretty terrific. So my congratulations to the Valley Press Marketing and Special Projects Department. They have done that design. They designed our brochure as well as most of our promotional materials for this current season. Last year, we sort of did a soft launch on a program called Business Nights, which is basically you get to have a private party at the LPAC. That's for people who want to either entertain clients or entertain their employees. You can have a private party here, and you can see one of our season shows. So we'll be handing out materials about that as well. We've also started a new ticket purchasing program. Before, we used to have 2 series. Now we have a platinum series, a gold series, and a silver series at greater discounts. Plus, we have our subscriber advantage, which means if you buy in those particular series, you can purchase extra tickets for 20 to 35% off, and we're very proud of that new marketing plan. One of the things we do every year as a staff is we produce our own holiday show, and we've been producing 3 shows in repertory over the last several years, and quite frankly, we were all kind of getting a little tired of those shows, and we decided we wanted a new show. We could not find anything we liked, so for 8 months we sponsored a playwriting contest, and it was a national contest. It was quite difficult for playwrights, however, because the structure was very limited. We gave them parameters they had to follow. The play had to be 60 to 75 minutes in length. It had to be family friendly. It had to be holiday themed, limited cast, 1 set, no special effects, and not a musical. And the staff selected a new original script, which we will premiere here, world premiere. It is called The Silver Bell, and it is written by Elmer Garten, who is right over here. Elmer, can you give everybody, Elmer, a higher wave, a higher wave. It is a fabulous script, and the amazing thing about it was part of the requirements was that the playwright had to be willing to do rewrites for the play. And as we've read it, we don't really see much room for rewrites, so Elmer's kind of off the hook there. That will be presented on main stage here December 4th and 5th, and it will also be part of our Arts for Youth series. We will also continue with our school-time performances. There will be 37 in this season. We'll continue to have master classes. We'll have 2 master classes. One will be taught by Hao-Chin Zhang, who is the Van Cliburn gold medalist. And we'll continue to have our outreaches, and we'll have about 25 outreaches coming up. Now what I'd like to do is to bring up Mark Bazigian, City Manager of Lancaster, to tell you about what we will be doing this season.
Thank you, Mary, and welcome. No guts, no glory only works when people have your back. And I sincerely appreciate the mayor's comments, and we know that the council and the staff make a good team with the community and with the media. It's also very easy when we have someone like Mary Tanner, who is just a joy to work with. I am true.
Some days.
She said some days, every day. And I'm really proud, and I hope not to be tongue-tied, because I'm so proud to be city manager of this city and have a facility like this. And this is truly amazing. My uncle Lou, who couldn't be here today, he's not feeling well. This has been a passion of his, too, with the foundation for forever. So this is truly a remarkable facility and truly a remarkable season. I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. First off, we're going to have a lot of quality artists, musicians, lots of drama, dance performances, lectures. Truly a unique experience this year. The laughing will start when we kick off our season September 12th with Sinbad, one of the funniest comedians in America. He was voted by Comedy Central as one of the 100 top stand-up comedians of all time. From there, on September 15th, we're going to welcome dancers and musicians from the renowned Versky Ukrainian National Dance Company, which reflects the pride of a nation. And then, something I'm looking forward to, our stage will take on a completely new appearance with roaring chainsaws, flaming torches, flying knives, and people juggling on September 18th.
And that's not the staff.
And no, and we're not hosting the Palmdale Water District Board meeting that night either. What we are hosting is the Passing Zone, which is an unbelievable show. It's called Gravity Attacks, and if you haven't seen this show, in fact, I know you want people to go to multiple shows, but if you can only go to one show, this is a great show to go to. It's really, really entertaining. Again, fabulous season. We're all happy to have you, and we hope to see you lots of times throughout this year. Thank you.
Don't go away.
I won't.
The season's musical excitement continues on September 20th with Lee Ann Rimes, the Grammy Award winner who has sold more than 37 million records. To Kill a Mockingbird, based on the Pulitzer Prize-winning novel that addresses the themes of racial injustice, innocence, courage, and compassion, will be presented September 25th through 27th. And on September 26th, the Antelope Valley Jazz Ensemble will pay tribute to the many great trailblazing ladies of jazz like Billie Holiday, Bessie Smith, Ella Fitzgerald, and Sarah Vaughan. On October 1st, we have the Temptations with their legendary music. They are an essential component of the original Motown scene. And now, please welcome Bob Green, Director of Parks, Recreation, and Arts.
Thank you, Mary. I'm going to deviate just a little bit from the script to talk a little bit about the process that we use here. People have always asked, why don't you book this group, that group, some group that is their favorite? And I think Mary deserves a lot of credit because it's a combination of kind of art and science and how you put this season together. And she may actually work with an agent over almost a decade, kind of chumming the water, so to speak, to get them interested in coming here, finding the right routing date so that they end up in Lancaster. So Mary deserves an exceptional amount of credit for what we've done here and what she's done, and her staff, Rick Vanderhyde, Judy Kerpa, and so many others do a great job here. And one of the things that I always like is there's headliners that we see on these boards next to the podium, but there's also these other hidden gems, and one of those is a group that we have coming up, Street Beat, on October 3rd. A great group, high acrobatic dancing, hip-hop dancing, urban rhythms, drumming, that type of interest that you would see almost like a acrobatic group, but here it is with urban dancing and a strong beat to go along with it. Really terrific. And then, of course, one of my favorite groups, baby boomer group from the 70s, and that's Kansas. Some of you remember Dust in the Wind, some of the other songs they've had, just incredible music. And followed up again on October 11th with Kenny Loggins and Jim Messina. They don't always perform together anymore, and here they are back again touring, and it's great that they're here at LPAC. They had some great songs and great hits, including The House at Pooh Corner, Your Mama Don't Dance, and many other great songs, themes that we've heard throughout the last 2 decades. And then finally, the Van Cliburn piano competition. In 47 years of this competition, they've only had 2 ties. This year they had another tie with the competitors, and the 2 youngest competitors were awarded first place awards. And so we're very lucky to have Hao Chin Yang, who is the youngest Chinese, actually 18 when he started the competition, and now at the age of 19. And so here they are performing again. And with that, I want to bring Mark back up to the podium here.
I missed my cue. I was supposed to stay up here, apparently. On October 15th, we're going to be welcoming the award-winning Brigham Young University Ballroom Dance Company. This is a very prestigious performance to have in our city, and we're really looking forward to that. Then on the 23rd and 24th of October, the musical play Jack and the Beanstalk is going to be presented by the Missoula Children's Theater with a cast of local children. And if you haven't been to that, it's really quite interesting and remarkable to see the local kids and how they're transformed. And then something we're all looking forward to is the Headless Horseman in Cedar Street Theater's musical adaptation of Sleepy Hollow. And it's going to be appropriately on Halloween weekend, October 30th, 31st, and November 1st. So that's going to be a must-see as well. And then something I know is going to be very popular is Boys to Men, who are the most successful R&B group of all time. And they're going to sing their Grammy-winning hits and Motown favorites on November 6th. With that, I'd like to now welcome Kathleen Burnett, who's the artistic director of the Antelope Valley Ballet. Welcome.
Thank you. You don't have to go to Las Vegas to see the bad boys of magic. The edgy, eccentric, provocative, outrageous, and hilarious Penn and Teller will perform on the stage on November 7th. Edgar Winter's music encompasses many different genres, including rock, jazz, blues, and pop. The Edgar Winter Band will thrill the audience on November 13th with their cutting-edge music. We haven't forgotten country music fans, as Jody Messina, an award-winning multi-platinum recording artist who has given her heart and soul to her music, will take the stage on November 15th. Boundless energy, unabashed enthusiasm, and pure joy will be radiating the stage on November 20th with another Grammy winner and one of my favorites, the smooth jazz musician Chuck Mangione.
It's back to me. This is something I'm very excited about. Mary reached out and is doing something a little different, and that is Joel Sartori with National Geographic magazine. We've all seen the pictures, seen the magazine. Now you get a chance to see the story behind the pictures. Incredible photographs that the National Geographic is famous for, and we'll get a chance to hear about the environment, issues that Joel has covered throughout the world, and he's got some incredible things to see. That'll take place on November 21st. And then also, here we go with a great musical, Parenting the Musical. There's going to be labor pains. We've gone through a little bit of that in our department at times. Sleep deprivation. Now it sounds like Mark. Potty training, first dates, and more in Parenting the Musical. It really is an issue that I think everybody will have a great time. That's on November 22nd. And it's not going to be a silent night on December 6th when we have a swinging Christmas with Jazz Horizons. That'll be a great event. We'll look forward to that. It starts ushering in the holiday season. And then we'll follow that on December 12th and 13th with a tradition in the Antelope Valley with the fairy tale ballet, The Nutcracker, a tradition always at LPAC. With that, I'd like to welcome Vice Mayor Ron Smith.
You notice how in the script and everything it says that we're supposed to be standing here. It says, stay at podium. And what is that called again, Kathleen?
Human scenery.
Human scenery. That's what it says we are. So I'm talking now, and then she's the human scenery, and then I'll be the human scenery. You know, we're going to start off next year with a great musical legacy to Cab Calloway. I think a little bit of audience participation of Heidi Highs and Hody Hoes and everything. And that's going to be done by the big band Voodoo Daddies coming. And you thought that Elvis was dead. Well, we're actually going to have two of them here, and that's going to be a tribute to the king of blue suede shoes and the ultimate Elvis bash. Now, for the Valentine's Day month, for all of you in love, or those that want to try to convince somebody that they should love you, we're going to have a wonderful musical nostalgic play on February 12th, 13th, and 14th called I Do, I Do. And that's by two local artists, Kathy and L. Michael Wells, producing it. And also we're going to top it off with one of my favorite is the Antelope Valley Jazz Ensemble, and they're going to do a tribute to the crooners, and that's going to include Johnny Mathis, Dean Martin, Tony Bennett, and Sammy Davis Jr., and a lot of others. And now it says I become the human scenery. And back to Kathleen.
All eyes will be on Sheena Easton on February 19th. Having sold over 20 million records worldwide, she seared her image to mid-'80s pop culture with hits like Strut, We Got Tonight, Morning Train, and the James Bond theme For Your Eyes Only. Six-time Grammy winner David Sanborn, another favorite of mine, a standout musician straddling the pop and jazz worlds, takes center stage on February 21st. Medieval action takes place on February 26th and 27th for King Arthur's Quest, with a cast of Antelope Valley young people joining the Missoula Children's Theater in this original musical adaptation. March features international acts beginning on March 5th with a driving force in mariachi music, the Grammy-winning ensemble Mariachi Los Camperos de Nati Cano, presenting an unforgettable program showcasing Mexico's most enduring songs. Please welcome Bill Warford of the Antelope Valley Press.
Thank you. Ron, you promised me a teleprompter. I can't work without a teleprompter. Okay, there we go. Thank you. For over 500 years, the Vienna Boys Choir has been a symbol of Austria, and they'll be here on March 13th. One of the world's foremost major interpretive folk singers of the 60s, Judy Collins, graces our stage on March 19th, and she'll surely enchant the audience with her wide range of songs, including Amazing Grace and the Stephen Sondheim Broadway ballad, Send in the Clowns. Willkommen, bienvenue, to the bright and brassy presentation of Cabaret on March 25th. Whatever your troubles, you'll forget them at the Kit Kat Club. An amazing and eclectic fusion of music, song, and dance takes place on April 3rd with a multi-talented international barrage presenting Animado, which means lively in Spanish.
Thank you, Bill. On this next one, I wonder about the timing on this, because it just starts at the same time that we start our water conservation ordinances every year. We've banned the engineers from our department from actually attending the play so they doesn't get any ideas. But on April 9th, 10th, and 11th, there's a musical comedy called Urinetown, which is about banning all the private toilets because we've had a long drought. That's going to be an interesting one. So, but also we're going to have an awe-inspiring contortionist acrobats in the Chinese group called the Golden Dragon Acrobats. And if anybody saw the troupe that we had last year, this guy right here stacked chairs all the way to the ceiling. And I thought for sure he was going to fall in the audience. I was glad I was back a little bit farther. But if you haven't seen them before, they are amazing. And then, probably one of my favorite is the Antelope Valley Ballet is going to be performing Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and that's going to be on May 1st and May 2nd. And now it says, it's your turn, Bill.
Okay. The irrepressible comedy team, the Smothers Brothers, are the longest-lived comedy team in history, 50 years. They'll make you laugh with their cutting-edge humor on May 7th. From million-selling records, a popular television variety series, movies, and Broadway, Tony Orlando, one of America's most endearing and enduring stars, appears on May 14th. Step back to 1985 when a musical based on the successful film The Wedding Singer is presented on May 21st, 22nd, and 23rd by the Cedar Street Theater. On June 5th and 6th, the LPAC is wrapping its 2009-2010 season with Love, Jealousy, Money, and Misunderstanding in The Merry Widow, one of the world's most loved comedic operettas, performed by the Antelope Valley Symphony Orchestra and Master Chorale. And in case you didn't count, 15 of the artists we just spoke about are Grammy winners, and that's an impressive lineup for any city. Mary Tanner will now close out LPAC's 2009-2010 season press conference.
I'd like to take any questions the media might have or the non-media, and I'd like to bring our mayor back up and see if anyone has any questions of him. Any questions? Ooh, I'm feeling like I'm going to get off the hook really, really easy this time.
I get to be the scenery, she'll actually.
So how about if you conclude our press conference for us? That would be
Oh,
wonderful.
there's got to be a question with this lineup, right? No? Okay. Thank you for coming. I hope to see all of you here. It's obviously going to be a wonderful year. I think, once again, LPAC's going to be the center of a lot of things that are great about the city of Lancaster. Thank you.